Are you ready to uncover the hidden treasures hiding in your pocket change? Well, look no further. In today's video, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins you could ever have the chance to own, the 1969 Washington quarter dollar without a mint mark. Stay tuned, because this coin may have just been sitting around in your change jar, and you might not even know its true worth. Imagine finding a coin in your collection that's worth thousands of dollars. It's something that most coin collectors dream of. And today, I'm going to show you how a simple 1969 Washington quarter without a mint mark could be that hidden gem you never knew you had. But what makes this quarter so special? Why is it worth a lot more than just 25 cents? That's what we'll uncover in this video, so stay with me until the end. You'll want to know every little detail that could increase the value of your collection. Before we dive into the rarity and value of the 1969 Washington quarter without a mint mark, let's take a step back in time. To fully appreciate the significance of this coin, we need to understand where it fits into the broader history of U.S. coinage. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the first president of the United States, George Washington. Designed by John Flanagan, this coin has become a staple of American currency. But 1969, that's when things get interesting. The year 1969 is a part of the late 1960s, a time of social change, cultural shifts, and, interestingly, some of the most fascinating and rare coins in U.S. history. The 1969 quarter, in particular, is famous for a very specific reason: its errors and the absence of a mint mark, which makes it a collector's dream. Now, you might be wondering, what's the big deal about a mint mark? Well, mint marks are small letters stamped on coins to show where they were produced. Most coins you see will have a mint mark that indicates whether they were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. For most quarters, especially those produced after the 1930s, you'll find a mint mark. But the 1969 Washington quarter is different. If you look closely at the reverse side of the 1969 quarter, you'll notice something odd: it lacks a mint mark. The lack of a mint mark is a key feature that makes this coin so valuable. But how did this happen? Let's get into that. Here's where things get really interesting. The 1969 Washington quarter without a mint mark is a result of an error during the coin production process. Typically, a mint mark is carefully placed during the striking process at the U.S. Mint. But in some cases, errors happen. In this instance, a number of Washington quarters produced in 1969 came out of the mint without a mint mark. The question is, why did this happen? The most likely explanation is that the dies used to strike these quarters were not properly stamped with the mint mark. This could be due to a variety of reasons, including human error, a malfunction in the minting equipment, or even a lack of attention to detail in the production line. Whatever the cause, it's clear that these coins weren't intended to be minted without the mark. And that's what makes them so special. So, how rare is this coin? Well, the absence of a mint mark on the 1969 quarter makes it incredibly scarce, and this scarcity is what drives up its value. In fact, experts believe that only a small number of these mint mark-less quarters were ever produced, and fewer still have survived in pristine condition. So, the big question: how much is this quarter worth today? I know you've been wondering. Well, the value of a 1969 Washington quarter without a mint mark can range dramatically depending on its condition. On the lower end, you might find one selling for a few $100s. But for a coin in excellent condition, we're talking upwards of $45,000 or more. Yes, you heard that right, a coin that could easily be mistaken for any other quarter might be worth thousands. If you find one in mint state, that value could rise significantly. The most pristine versions of this coin could fetch anywhere between $70,000 and $110,000. That's the power of rarity combined with the right historical conditions. What's important to understand is that the condition of the coin plays a huge role in determining its value. There are a few key features that dramatically increase its worth. The better the condition, the more valuable the coin. If your 1969 Washington quarter has minimal wear, clear details, and shines like it's brand new, it's worth a lot more. Coins that are graded higher by professional grading services like the NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, or PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, will attract collectors looking for high-quality pieces. A full, sharp strike means that all the fine details on the coin, like the lettering, the design of George Washington, and the eagle on the reverse, are clearly visible. Coins with a full strike are more valuable. The 1969 Washington quarter without a mint mark is already rare, but if the coin has any other types of errors like double dies or misaligned strikes, it can increase its value even more. Collectors are always looking for coins with unique characteristics that can set them apart. Now, before you run to check your change jar or dig through your coin collection, let's make sure you know exactly what to look for. Here are a few tips for spotting the 1969 Washington quarter without a mint mark. Look at the reverse of the quarter, right below the eagle. This is where the mint mark is usually located. If there's nothing there, you've found something special. Next, inspect the coin carefully. Does it look like it's been in circulation for decades, or does it have a shiny, almost brand new appearance? The cleaner and more detailed, the better. Now that you know how valuable your 1969 Washington quarter could be, you might be wondering how to sell it. There are a few options for selling rare coins like this. Online auction sites, platforms like eBay have a massive audience of coin collectors. You can sell your quarter through auction, and you might be surprised by how much bidders are willing to pay. Coin dealers. There are reputable coin dealers who specialize in rare coins. A professional can give you an accurate appraisal of your coin's worth and help you find the right buyer. Coin shows. Attending a local coin show is another great way to find collectors who may be interested in purchasing your quarter. You can get a first-hand look at what others are willing to pay. To wrap it up, the 1969 Washington quarter without a mint mark is truly a hidden treasure that could be worth a lot more than you ever imagined. Whether you inherited it, found it in your change, or simply stumbled upon it while sorting through your coin collection, this little quarter might just be your ticket to a small fortune. So, if you haven't already, take a moment to check your quarters. You might just find that rare gem sitting there, waiting to be discovered. And if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because I'll be bringing you more coin treasures and tips that could change the way you look at your collection forever. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the first president of the United States, George Washington. Designed by John Flanagan, this coin has become a staple of American currency. But 1969, that's when things get interesting. The year 1969 is a part of the late 1960s, a time of social change, cultural shifts, and, interestingly, some of the most fascinating and rare coins in U.S. history. The 1969 quarter, in particular, is famous for a very specific reason: its errors and the absence of a mint mark, which makes it a collector's dream. Now, you might be wondering, what's the big deal about a mint mark? Well, mint marks are small letters stamped on coins to show where they were produced. Most coins you see will have a mint mark that indicates whether they were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. For most quarters, especially those produced after the 1930s, you'll find a mint mark. But the 1969 Washington quarter is different. If you look closely at the reverse side of the 1969 quarter, you'll notice something odd: it lacks a mint mark. The lack of a mint mark is a key feature that makes this coin so valuable.